If you've ever felt that quiet disappointment when tomatoes spoil too soon, this video is for you. Hi friends, I'm Nancy. Today I want to share a few simple, gentle tricks I've used for years to keep tomatoes fresh longer, without any special tools or preservatives. Stay with me because once you try these tips, you'll look at storing tomatoes in a whole new way. Before we talk about where to store tomatoes, the most important step actually happens the moment you bring them home. Many people skip this, and that's often why tomatoes spoil so quickly. Taking a few extra minutes at the start can easily add days, even weeks, to their freshness. First, gently rinse the tomatoes under clean, cool water to remove any dirt, dust, or residue from the surface. Even tomatoes that look clean can carry invisible particles from handling and transport. After washing, don't rush to put them away. This next step really matters. Lay the tomatoes out on a clean kitchen towel and let them dry completely. Any moisture left on the skin can encourage mold and soft spots during storage. Once they're dry, take a moment to sort them by ripeness. Tomatoes don't all age at the same speed. Fully ripe tomatoes should be used sooner, while firmer, less ripe ones can be stored longer. If you mix them together, one overripe tomato can quickly affect the rest. Also, check each tomato carefully. If you see cracks, bruises, or soft areas, set those aside to use first. Storing damaged tomatoes with healthy ones often leads to faster spoilage for the whole batch. This simple preparation step doesn't require any special tools or effort, but it makes a noticeable difference. Clean, dry, and properly sorted tomatoes stay firmer, taste better, and waste far less. It's a small habit that truly pays off in everyday cooking. If you ever find yourself with too many tomatoes at once, this method is a wonderful way to preserve them for months without using the freezer. It turns fresh tomatoes into a flavorful sauce or marinade you can enjoy all year long. Start by preparing your ingredients. Choose ripe but firm tomatoes free from cracks or bruises. Wash them well and cut them into halves or quarters depending on their size. You'll also need garlic cloves, sliced onions, and a few fresh herbs like dill or parsley. These add flavor and help keep the tomatoes fresh. Next comes the layering. Take a clean, dry glass jar and begin with a layer of garlic and herbs at the bottom. Add a layer of tomatoes, then a few onion slices. Repeat these layers gently without pressing down too hard until the jar is almost full. Finish with a small layer of garlic and herbs on top. Now for the important step. Pour boiling water into the jar, cover it loosely, and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. This helps warm the ingredients evenly. Pour the water out into a pot, then add salt, a little sugar, and a splash of cooking oil. Bring this liquid to a boil, then add vinegar. Pour the hot marinade back into the jar, seal it tightly, and turn it upside down to check for leaks. Let the jar cool completely under a towel. Stored in a cool, dark place, these tomatoes can last up to 1 full year with no freezer required. This simple method saves money, reduces waste, and gives you ready-to-use tomatoes anytime you need them. If you don't want to wait months but still want a delicious way to preserve tomatoes, this quick pickling method is perfect. It's simple, reliable, and gives you crisp, flavorful tomatoes in as little as 1 to 2 weeks. Start with about 1 kilogram of small tomatoes. Wash them thoroughly and let them drain. While the tomatoes dry, prepare a clean, sterilized glass jar. This step is important to help prevent spoilage later on. Place the tomatoes gently into the jar without crushing them. Next, pour boiling water over the tomatoes until they are fully covered. Close the lid loosely and let them sit for about 10 minutes. This brief blanching helps clean the skins and prepares the tomatoes for pickling. After that, carefully pour the water out. Now it's time to make the pickling liquid. In a pot, combine water with salt, a small amount of sugar, sliced garlic, black peppercorns, and a pinch of mustard seeds, if you like a little extra flavor. Bring the mixture to a boil, then add vinegar. Once everything is bubbling, pour the hot liquid directly into the jar, covering the tomatoes completely. Seal the jar tightly and let it cool at room temperature. Store it in a cool place, ideally below 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 degrees Celsius. After 1 to 2 weeks, the tomatoes will be ready to enjoy. They'll be crisp, savory, and slightly tangy, perfect, alongside rice, grilled meats, or served as a simple appetizer. This method is quick, practical, and a great way to enjoy preserved tomatoes without a long wait. This next method is one of my favorites because it saves time and reduces waste, especially on busy cooking days. Instead of freezing whole tomatoes, we dice them first so they're ready to use whenever you need them. Start by cutting off the top and bottom of each tomato. These areas tend to spoil faster and may hold more residue, so removing them helps improve quality. Next, dice the tomatoes into small, even cubes. This size is perfect for cooking and makes portioning much easier later on. I know many of you are cooking for family or sometimes just for yourself, and I truly appreciate you spending this time with me. Tomatoes are not only delicious, but they're also very nutritious. They're rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that may help support heart health, protect the skin, and reduce inflammation. Cooking tomatoes actually helps the body absorb lycopene more easily, which makes frozen tomatoes especially useful for sauces and stir-fries. Once diced, divide the tomatoes into small zip-top freezer bags. Flatten the bags slightly so they stack easily. To reduce freezer burn, use a straw to gently suck out as much air as possible before sealing the bag. This simple step helps keep the tomatoes fresher and prevents ice crystals from forming. Label the bags with the date and place them in the freezer. Stored this way, diced tomatoes can last for 3 to 6 months. When you're ready to cook, there's no need to thaw them completely. Just pour what you need straight into soups, sauces, or stir-fries. This method is practical, efficient, and makes everyday cooking faster and easier. There was a season when my family gathered more often and I needed quick, reliable ingredients on hand. Having tomatoes already prepared in jars or in the freezer saved me so much stress. I could cook without rushing to the store, and meals felt calmer and more enjoyable. Before we finish, I just want to remind you that taking a little time to store your food the right way can save money, reduce waste, and make everyday cooking feel much calmer. These tomato tips aren't complicated, but they truly make a difference when you use them regularly. I hope one of these methods fits easily into your routine and brings a bit more comfort to your kitchen. Take care of yourself, enjoy your meals, and thank you for spending this time with me today.